Hello my friends and welcome. This is Ryan Clements from IGN and I'm joined by Mike Donatelli from Carbine Studios. Hello sir.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us. We are looking at your project that you guys have been stewing away on for quite some time. It's called Wildstar and it's going to change the way we think about MMOs. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, cool.
That was always the plan.
Excellent. So what are we going to be looking at today?
Well, when this thing finishes grinding its gears,
grinding gears.
Actually, what we're looking at is Deradune. Deradune is a Dominion zone, and it's got the thumbs up from Mike Eldar, the driver of this thing. It's Deradune. I knew what this was. I really did. And
it's beautiful. That's what you were so your breath was just stolen from you when you were looking at this gorgeous zone.
I mean, look at this place. It's effing amazing. So the idea here is that this is the character that we're playing right now is a Draken. This is a Draken, not a starter zone, but a lower level Dominion Draken hub.
Okay.
And it's kind of like an alien savanna. It's got all kinds of weird alien creatures, some ancient artifacts from the previous race of creatures that was here. And
maybe the Elden? Does it have something to do with the Elden?
See, it's the funniest thing about all that. I never know what I'm supposed to talk about or what
Well,
I'm
you
not
can't because this is all. I think we're all safe and clear.
Sure, why not? Elden,
so
yeah.
you just say whatever you want.
Okay.
And we can figure it out later.
Totally. The Elden, who owned this planet at one point in time, disappeared. It's kind of a mystery. You're here and you're trying to figure out what's going on. But since Mike is jumping ahead, this is combat.
And here we are.
We do a lot of telegraphs. We do a lot of action movement-based combat. Mike's. If you see, Mike has the blue telegraph on the ground. Right. Mike's telegraph. There's we do a lot of positional combat. And if you see he killed it before it could do anything cool.
But the red telegraph was the enemy telegraph.
Enemy telegraph.
You guys are just perpetuating the red versus blue debacle that we've had to struggle with in this industry for years. I want you guys to know.
Well, we're trying. Hey, look. And you'll see different colors though. There are other colors when you get into the group dynamic that.
I don't care about the colors.
No, I know. But
the
you brought it up.
Totally
you brought it up. There's some positive things that change colors. Some group telegraphs.
And what's great here is that the telegraphs give you a way to communicate with other players, right? Because other players in your group are going to be able to see these telegraphs laid down on the ground, and then you are able to sort of communicate like, hey, I'm about to heal all of you, run into my telegraph.
Absolutely. And then, we do a lot of things of, look, I'm running around and I'm shitting out healing things and I'm running through them, and it's like, oh man, I got healing pickups because this guy is, because we put telegraphs on the ground. And then you have a lot of stuff going on with, you saw the telegraph, and what's very cool about that is on a low-end machine, if you turned all your stuff down way low, the stuff doesn't go away. The telegraph still stays. It's procedurally drawn. It's just on the ground, so it really helps. We test on a lot of different specs, and
excellent.
It's been very easy to turn around. Yeah, that one won't go. Yeah. That one there's some multiple dodging to do. Again, all of our creatures do these things, which is very cool. It's also pretty time intensive, but I think it's worth the trouble.
Absolutely. And I should point out for the users for the viewers that might be confused, you can't just randomly spawn creatures at any point in the game. Yeah. We are playing on a magic build where you can do this.
Yeah, Mike Eldar is cheating right now.
Okay.
And he is.
I just wanted to clarify.
Spawning. Yeah, that's what it is. You kind of log in, you take 2 steps, and random monsters spawn out.
They just appear in the.
And then they eat your face off, and that's pretty much the end of that.
And you guys have just, I really, really have been enjoying what you guys are doing with your art style here. I mean, I've seen a lot of my fellow critics kind of liken this to if Pixar and Firefly had a little baby, a little beautiful baby MMO, and the little beautiful baby MMO grew up and became Wildstar.
Well, I always refer to it when someone asks, because people always like to, codify this stuff, say, hey, look, what is it like, right? And I always say the vibe of it to me is kind of like Firefly. It's got that kind of humor to it, and we like it. As far as, I can't speak to the art other than say I know what I like, and I like this.
Excellent.
So
I can appreciate that. You know what you like.
Exactly.
You're a man that knows what he likes.
Absolutely. And this art style to me is, it's timeless. This is an art style that, 10 years down the road, it's not like...
It'll still look pretty.
Look how terribly lifelike those people look.
So,
2012.
This Draken character is a Stalker class character.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk a little bit about the Stalker and then
absolutely.
Also what else people can use?
The Stalker is our stealth class. you know, you can, oh, there you go. So stealthy.
In the middle of a town, you just vanish. That would freak the townspeople out. They think you were the reincarnation of some ancient Draken warrior.
I would say so. And, you know, and actually that you mentioned it, you actually get to fight some reincarnations of ancient Draken warriors here. It's almost like you know what's going on.
I know, exactly. Actually, I didn't know that, so that's really creepy. So
super creepy.
Yeah. So the sorry, the Stalker. It's
so
the
Stalker,
class.
it's a stealth class. You know, we do a lot. We have a, if you see on the screen there, you see we have like a limited action set.
Okay.
You can turn around and, you know, we wanted to endeavor to make sure that every one of our abilities can be used from, you know, level 1 all the way up to cap. So you have a limited action set. You can set up your, you know, we have different kinds of builds. Yeah, of course, there, you know, you're a stealther, so you could turn around and put all DPS, and, you know, crit damage, and you could go that route. But there's a lot of support things you can do. So a lot of our classes have that. I like our class breakout because there's a lot of utility. Not every class can heal, but pretty much every class has a lot of utility things to keep them alive.
Okay.
So I do like that.
Survival is an important part of any video game.
Yeah, and you got to make sure that you're balancing it for the group players and for the solo players. So
Sure,
you know, you don't want to ever have a thing where it's like, oh, I can't play that class because it's a support class that's not going to have any kind of survivability. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think we do a pretty good job with that.
Okay, great. And should we note that the UI that we're looking at here is not final? You guys
yeah,
are still.
none of the UI you're looking at here is a final representation of the game, but you know.
But you're getting there, right?
Well, our UI guys are pretty hardcore, and you know the kind of the nature of the beast is we do a lot of our own UI mock-up stuff. So when we're doing content, we're like, oh, we need a UI to cover this kind of situation. We'll make it, and it looks like shit, right? Because we're not UI artists, but we put it out there, and then our UI guys are like, oh my god, I can't look at this one more minute.
It
and
must
they'll go
change.
in and they'll make it prettier, so they don't have to look at it. You know, it's a labor of love for them.
And then you guys, I mean, I have seen some of this content before, and you guys seem to have gone through great lengths to make sure that there's always something going on, there's always something to do in these zones, and that those zones have unique offerings from zone to zone.
The way I talk about it is layered content. We see Mike just did theirs. He's got a path mission. Paths are kind of an archetype that's, you pick a class, the class is a Stalker. It's a stealth class, a lot of damage, sneaking around, that kind of stuff. But we also do this path content. The path content is just, we looked at some stuff and said, hey, look, you know, certain players like to do certain content more than others. And at first, we kind of broke it out into these 4 paths, and it's like, oh man, if you like to kill stuff, then you have to be a soldier.
Right.
And that didn't turn out to be really good because lots of people like to kill stuff.
Right.
So we like to make sure that there's content for all the different styles of gameplay. There's exploration, there's lore, you know, digging deep into the lore, there's combat, a lot of combat, and there's also like abilities to, you know, you're exploring this new world and build up the world. But the idea is that if you pick a path, you'll just get more of that kind of stuff. We didn't want to make it like, oh, if I don't pick a soldier, I can't do.
Right. You can still kill things if you're an explorer. You can also you get a little exploring in there too.
Exactly. And as a soldier, a little more exploring. As a soldier, you'll just get more ways to kill shit. I mean, that's kind of the nature of the beast. You turn around, you're like, you know, we have SWAT missions, we have assassination missions. You have all these different things that other players won't get, but all the path stuff's kind of weaved together so that you're all, if you play together, it makes it so that if you play together, you're getting a benefit for all the different kind of paths to play together. You know, I just ignored everything Mike just did. You want to turn around for a second, Mike? And I will go back in time and say, there was a ship that dropped off a caged creature that Mike fought. That
we saw a cage.
And again, they're random. They happen all over the zone. It probably, wait, turn around, quick.
Up, look up. No.
Man, up, man. There's a shadow on the ground. My God. Anyway, it's gone. You ruined it.
Everything's ruined. This demo is over.
I'd throw my mic down if I knew where it was clipped onto. So we do a lot of that kind of ambient behavior. There's a plant right there, right? It's a weird alien space plant up there. See, we call it an environmental hazard. Puts a thing on the ground. These spikes shoot out of it. Now, a cool part about this is, yes, you can dodge out of it like our Telegraph, but if Mike hits somebody. And you pick the defenseless deer.
Yeah, I always feel bad about the defenseless.
Come on, bro. Oh.
And anyway, so that concludes our Wildstar demo.
Right.
Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for
Wait.
Oh, we're back. I'm
back.
just kidding about that conclusion. That was fine. But Mike,
that was all planned. It was a dramatic pause.
Go ahead, continue.
So now he's fighting the defenseless deer, and he brings it over to the Telegraph. And if he can actually get it in there, he can actually use this. Relax, buddy, relax. We're all good. The pressure's on. He can
if you screw this up, dude, you're over.
You might as well stay here. He can actually have that thing taking damage.
Right.
So you can use the environmental hazards. We have environmental hazards scattered all over the world. I mean, it's a strange alien world, so we don't expect, we have all kinds of crazy stuff that will kill you.
Awesome. Well, Wildstar is looking really good. This is still very early, but you guys have just recently announced that 2013 is looking like it's going to be your year.
Now he's flying. You can't do that.
You can't, this is not representative of the final game.
Now, maybe should I just, you can totally fly, only if you buy the box from my personal website. No, so the idea is that, yes, 2013 is the goal. That's what we're shooting for. We got a lot of work ahead of us, but we feel like we can pull it off. But as Jeremy Gaffney, our executive producer, has mentioned on several occasions, we'll launch when we're ready. Right?
Ready when it's ready.
2013 is the goal. It's ready when it's ready.
Beautiful.
Our sister studios have the same kind of attitude, and NCSoft is super cool about that stuff.
Beautiful.
So, they can tell when they got something good, and they want to make sure that, it's going to get done right.
Well, thank you very much for joining me, Mike.
No, it was my pleasure.
And of course, guys, for all your information on Wildstar and everything else that has super cool graphics and lots of combat and kill stuff, keep it locked to IGN.